Good morning. We're live. So today I'm going to break down 5 essential strategies that I use to create a boatload of referral business. Let's get right into it. So the number one thing you need to be doing on a consistent basis is actually making time to prospect. Let's pretend you don't have any business. Let's start at ground zero for the people that are listening in the room saying, yes, I want to create an amazing business. I don't know where to start. Prospecting is simply the act of connecting with people. And I always like to say I give practical and tactical advice. So here it is. Every single day, I want you to block out, let's say 30 minutes. That should be fairly reasonable if you want to build something. And you're only going to do it Monday to Thursday because if your wife wants to go on a 3-day weekend, I don't want you to book repeating tasks on Friday. So you've only got to do 4 days a week, 30 minutes a day. And this is what you're going to do. You are going to talk to 5 people that you know, and that means it could be friends of yours on Instagram. Let's make it super simple. Go on Instagram, look at your 5 stories, and connect with those 5 people. If you're scared of calling them, just send them a DM on Instagram. Super hack Instagram. If they reply, will then realize that you are friends and show each other your content, and you have a multi-billion-dollar company helping you keep that relationship going. Second thing you're going to do is you're going to put those 5 names into a CRM. I'm going to talk about a structured database in a minute, but you are actually going to save their information somewhere so that you are valuing that relationship. So 5 people you know. Then you're going to talk to 5 people you don't know. Let's keep it super simple. Let's use Instagram. So if you're in, let's say, the real estate space, what you're going to do is you're going to go onto somebody's page that you admire. They can be in your area or in the sphere that you are trying to get into, say thought leadership. Let's talk Ryan Serhant, for example. Click on his profile. You're going to look at his last post and you're going to look at the comments, not Ryan, because he probably isn't going to respond to you. You're going to look at the comments and you're going to talk to 5 people in the comments that you see are engaged in real human beings. Not the, hey, I'm Crypto Joe 4575, click here, or this guy made me so much money, you should click on that link. That's spam, that's phishing. 5 real human beings that you don't know. You're going to go to their page, you're going to look at their posts, and you're going to engage as an actual human being. You're not going to go fist bump, poop emoji. You're going to comment something thoughtful that actually adds value to the conversation. You're going to follow them, maybe like a couple of their posts. So now you've talked to 5 people you know, 5 people you don't know. Then I want you to find 5 people you want to know. So Prime Real Estate, my company, is the most trusted name in real estate. Definitely locally, I would say we cover all of Southwestern Ontario. From a national perspective, we have a big reach. So fun fact, Ryan Serhant is actually my mentor. He has been since 2018 before his courses. We collaborate with his team. Scott McGilvery from the TV show Income Property, close friend of mine, have been working with him since 2013. Both of those networks we are super tapped into. So if you're looking for a real estate agent anywhere in the world, I should be your first call. But think about this. Who are 5 people that I might want to know? Probably other thought leaders in the real estate space that cover different markets. Guys like Ryan Serhant, Scott McGilvery. I wanted to know them at one point in time. So I put them in my want to know section. And then I started showing up in their ecosystems in ways where we developed an actual relationship. Now, how the relationships with Scott and Ryan came up, that is on this channel. You can search it, hit subscribe or notification and go back to watch those videos. But it didn't come overnight. It came from being in the ecosystem and providing value long enough until we were on each other's radar. And then a natural synergy and collaboration took hold. So the reason I say that 5 people you want to know is I want to inspire you to pick 5 people that you think are completely out of range of you being in collaboration with and put them on your list. And we're going to get into a structured database in 1 second, but I want them in that database and I want them tagged properly because you can potentially get them on your podcast one day. You may think it's impossible, but I promise you it's not. So here's your homework. If you actually want to build a really well-qualified database, 5 people you know, 5 people you don't know, and 5 people you want to know. You do that Monday to Thursday, that's 15 people a day. That's 60 people a week in your database times 52 weeks a year, or even 50 weeks a year. Think about how many bodies are entering your ecosystem that you have the opportunity to work with. And if you nurture your database properly, the amount of referral business, and as Kim Walsh-Phillips likes to say, right fit clients that will come your way is astronomical. Then you can get into scale, which is another part of the conversation. So let's talk structured database. Justin, you're telling me to add 60 people into my phone. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I didn't say your phone. I said your database. So the second strategy that I would say is the most important if you're a real estate agent, entrepreneur, or anybody looking to scale a business is you need to have some sort of CRM system. We use one called Follow Up Boss. They don't pay me to say that. I've shared it openly many times on this platform. I've done videos breaking down how I actually use it, but let's keep it really simple for the purpose of this video. A CRM is a system that allows you to put people into the actual system, name, phone number, email. And then I'd say the most next important thing is tags. It allows you to segment your database. Our database, because we do residential, commercial, investments, recreational property, land developments, agriculture, has tags for all the different people that have entered our ecosystem and all the different things they're looking for. Because permission marketing or managing a database properly means communicating with human beings the way they want to be communicated with. If I have 33,000 people in my database and I have a lakefront property in Grand Bend that I need to send out, I can click a couple buttons and send that out en masse to the hundreds of leads that have come in off my lakefront properties saying, hey, I know you missed out on this one, but I have another off market coming. It is a 2-acre property on a lake, on a river. I actually do have one coming. Are you interested in this property? Think of the engagement I'm going to get with those people, knowing I have an off market deal that is right in the niche that they're looking for. I'm not blasting them a fourplex in St. Thomas when they're not interested in that area. So how clean your database is the value of your business. We have had offers from luxury brands for our company. And one of the reasons why a brand would offer a company like us an offer to purchase is because they want the data. And when you actually get to the offer to purchase, if your data isn't clean, if I can't give them a database that is segmented and actually active, like the people are communicating with us and they can see open rates on our emails and they can see that they're buying something of value, the value of my company goes down astronomically. So if you're driving to build something of value, even if you have no intentions to sell, like I said, we've had offers of acquisition. We are not for sale. Yes, I'm a real estate agent. No, I'm not for sale. I love what I do and I love what we're building. The database, though, is still something that I'm putting a ton of work into from a cleanliness perspective. So homework number one, set prospecting time, do it every single day, except for Fridays. You can still work on Fridays if by chance you're not going away for a 3-day weekend. I'd say I still work 70% of Fridays and Saturdays, but I just don't like repeating tasks on Fridays or Saturdays so you can be a normal human being. Second, build a structured database. Get a CRM. Watch the how-to videos in that CRM, how to use it properly. Don't get held hostage by your CRMs. Make sure that you're focusing on the key things, which is name, phone number, email, and then tags so you can segment your audience. And if you decide to leave that platform, you can take it with you. We could talk about that another day. Then once you have your database built up, I would say the third thing you'd want to focus on is a structured content calendar. So what I mean by that is, how are you communicating with these people on a regular basis? I said prospecting, but content calendar is the social media, the newsletters, all of the other items that you do to communicate at a larger scale with your database. So I'll give you an idea of how we do it. I have two audiences essentially, right? So in real estate, you're typically going to get two types of audiences. You're going to get the consumers, which are people looking to buy, sell, or invest in Southwestern Ontario, Canada, or need an agent anywhere on the planet. So Prime Real Estate's YouTube channel is geared around that. The videos that I put out is I do one market update a month. I do neighborhood tour videos on a regular basis. I typically do listing videos, and then I target those videos at the right fit consumers, but I do it consistently enough over such a long enough time that now this system totally understands who my audience is and goes and finds more of those people. Then I take the market update, I put it in my newsletter, and then I make sure to put out a newsletter consistently to the database that I've built in my CRM and segmented in my CRM. And I only send that newsletter to the people that want it. I see a ton of people in the chat. I see Olivier Maurice. Good morning, my friend. I see Malcolm O'Brien. I see Roger Horvath, the flying realtor. He's on my commercial team. Absolute killer. Dora Marie, for example, doesn't need to necessarily buy a house in Southwestern Ontario, Canada. So she's not getting that newsletter. But I have another newsletter that I'll actually share here. That is my newsletter. And this is the Justin Konikow Weekly Roll-Up. And the reason I do this newsletter is I make it really easy for people to kind of read my mindset for the week, which I share every single week. I went to Chick-fil-A last week, and then I broke down how efficient they are and how I can take those efficiencies and implement them in my business. I talked about their commitment to quality, exceptional customer service, culture values. And I think about in real estate, man, how do I take my orders for buyers and sellers? Like, what does that process look like? How do I cook the food? Meaning, how do I deliver them the property? How do I hand it to the customer and walk them through due diligence? How do I look at ways to measure, improve? And how do I let my equipment rest? Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday, and people love going to Chick-fil-A regardless of the fact that they're closed on Sunday. And people have actually done case studies thinking, look at how much money they lose being closed on Sundays, when in reality, it actually makes you want the product more. And there's an argument that they actually make more money because they're closed on Sunday. Then I give people a very easy way to go to my Prime People podcast and learn from incredible chef Tommy Wade of the struggles he had. He shares some wild insights to losing money on partnerships and a whole bunch of other stuff, and how to build your business using, the framework from his. And then I talk about obviously this live training. And then I actually give you massive YouTube insights with Tom's story on another Prime People replay. I also give you, and this is only in my newsletter, 2 bonus game-changing apps. So if you think you would like an app that is basically like a $40,000 a year assistant to follow you around and take notes in your meetings virtually, any webinars you're attending, if you're on this live stream right now, I have an app that I'm going to send out in next week's newsletter that will literally take notes and summarize everything I'm saying very quickly, and then action items for you, and then send it to you in an email. I'm using it in every single meeting. It's wild. And there's another app that I'm using that actually would allow me to take this YouTube video and then drop a link, a title of the video, and it'll give me 20 small 15 to 30 second reels that I can post on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram. If you're interested in either of those apps, all you have to do is go to justinkonikow.com/resources. If you fill out this little bar, it'll actually give you access to all these free PDFs on how to use YouTube, content creation guides, getting started with YouTube, storytelling, productivity and creativity PDFs that I created and shared with so many Clubhouse members and so many people in my community. I just had to put it somewhere. I don't sell courses. I'm not a recruitment brokerage. We're not interested in agent count or office count. We want to be the best real estate agents on the planet and connect you with the best real estate agents on the planet. But this is the way to get the newsletter and then those 2 free apps. So I'm going to drop it in the chat on Clubhouse as well. Also, make sure to come hang out with Breakfast with Champions. It's an absolutely unbelievable place that has given me a lot of structure and direction to a lot of the stuff I'm teaching you now. So quick recap: prospect every single day, Monday to Thursday, for 30 minutes. You're going to gamify your life and you'll end up doing it for 45 minutes to an hour, but start with something reasonable. 30 minutes a day, 5 people you know, 5 people you don't know, 5 people you want to know or you feel like you have no business knowing. I promise you, you can get to them. Number 2, build a structured database. Pick a CRM. Start inputting those people you're prospecting into the CRM and tagging them properly. It's like brushing your teeth. Once you start getting used to doing it, it is literally effortless. And the outcome would be you may have a $10 million business versus a $2 million business because you just put in consistent effort over time. Then build a proper content calendar. Like I said, it can be a combination of a monthly newsletter. It can be a weekly roll-up like I just showed you. And then it could be things like just posting regularly on Instagram and engaging with your community. I think that's a big part of it as well. Not only do you want to have some type of overarching consistent content calendar that keeps in touch with your database en masse, but I would start building in little skills. Like if you want to start posting on TikTok, build it into your content calendar. Say, hey, you know what? I'm going to post once a day on TikTok at 7 a.m. Put it in your calendar as a repeating task till it becomes a habit. Then you can delete it because it's become a habit. But start thinking about how much do I want to communicate on these different platforms yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. And don't get overwhelmed. Start with 1. If you are brand new, Instagram stories 4 times a day. What are you doing? Where are you doing it? Who are you doing it with? You could literally take a selfie if you want, showing one of those 3 things. And I promise you, your community is going to start feeling like they are behind the scenes with you and engaging in a much bigger way. The number 4 tip that I have for really building an effective database and getting more referral business is referral partners. I mentioned Scott McGilvery. I got a call a long time ago, that he was hosting this big investment summit and that they wanted somebody to come speak on behalf of our market. They called me because I'm a local expert, and we have a very trusted name in real estate. I had no idea what I was getting into. I actually said no to my wife initially, and Shannon, being much smarter than me, was like, no, you should go. He works with CIBC, Run for the Cure. Like, he wouldn't put his name on something that isn't legit, but hey, just go check it out. So I went, I checked it out, and I realized the level of service providers that were around me were the best in the business. You had one of the top land developers in all of North America that was there. And you had top partners from Miller Thompson, BDO. You had killers from almost every market in Canada. And now they've expanded to the US. And I realized that that group as a referral partner could be one of the best things that ever happened to us if I invested in the relationship. So we actually dedicated building out a branch of Prime specifically to manage investment real estate. And that has everything to do with single family, multifamily, large apartment complexes, land development, and commercial. And it is one of my favorite for referral partnerships, generates a boatload of business. But more than that, being around synergistic ecosystems and referral partners that are actually practitioners like Scott has made me get better at my business. We do 2 times a year. I go and speak at their summits. We actually show up, we set up a booth, and interact with all of the members. There are thousands across North America, and it is a very curated group of people that are interested in investing in real estate. My knowledge compounds because I get to sit on the sessions. My skills compound because I get around people that are growing massive investment portfolios. I get to serve my clients and obviously make money at an ultra high level, but I watch Scott and Michael and what they're doing with their ecosystem, and it constantly makes me refine my systems. So those are the referral partners you're looking for. You're looking for the ones where they make you better by proximity. I don't want a referral partner that's just a parasitic relationship or pay for play. I get asked all the time to show up at different investment conferences. Hey, you want to set up a booth? You want to speak? You want to do this? You want to do that? I don't pay to play. So when they ask me to pay to have a booth or pay for a sponsorship so you could just show up and then speak on that stage, I've chosen in my business that I'm not for sale that way. And if you see me somewhere, there is typically there's an alliance there or a collaboration that I bring something to the table, they bring something to the table. We are better together than we are apart. That's not to say that paid media is not something that people can't do or we haven't done any paid media. But when it comes to my referral partnerships, I am very clear of the types that I want. And then I will invest in the right ones when I see what their true intent is. I've left partnerships and I've invested in partnerships based on how they act. And we have a number of them. Like I said, if you're looking for an agent anywhere on the planet, we have some of the best referral partners that I actually know. One of the hidden secrets in the real estate business is when you ask an agent for a referral, if sometimes they work at a big box brand, they may just call a office manager at another big box brand because that's just what they do. They just call their own brand. Hey, do you have an agent in this market? Sure, office manager. Let me just give you the rookie agent that has no business that's sitting on call duty today. Okay. If I'm the consumer, how do you feel about that? I'm just getting handed off to somebody who happens to be sitting in the office? Or would you rather Justin, who's an expert at real estate, look up an agent in that market for me, call, vet them, call a whole bunch of people and see what that person's reputation is, actually check out if that person's okay, make the connection and stay involved in the transaction so that you get service to the level you should be. Which one of those would you like to experience? My referral partnerships that I've built from a global perspective are just that. If I connect you with somebody, typically they are ultra high quality. Now, they may have a higher fee than somebody else in your marketplace, but a lot of times you kind of get what you pay for. And in certain instances, the agents that I'll connect you with aren't people that you can typically access on your own. And the net effective result of using that person may make you more money. I have case studies where, I've seen agents that have charged 2% more than other agents and made $260,000 to $400,000 more for their clients on a transaction than the person that was going to discount $30,000. I just want to put that out there because I think it's an important fact for people to know about how referral partnerships work in the real estate business. And number 5, right? So after you've built amazing referral partners that are constantly feeding you business and you're feeding them business and you're building that ecosystem, you've got a solid foundation. The number 5 tip, and to me, this is actually the most important, is you need to inspect what you expect. So you need to look back at every single one of those things, your prospecting, your database, your content calendar, and your referral partners, and you need to make adjustments. If you think I'm going to build it and it's going to be perfect forever, you just get out of business. There's no point in you being an entrepreneur because things change every day when it comes to social media platforms, business algorithms, politics, global economic situations. And you're going to need to adapt. But that's where the opportunity is. The people who are willing to inspect their processes and constantly level them up are the ones that are going to continue to grow. Anybody that's worked with me over the last 10 years, I don't care if you're a client, if you're an agent at Prime, if you're a referral partner, the Justin you knew in 2013, 2014 is very different from the Justin you're talking to today. The Justin that you met today, even if you think you learned everything that I have to offer, is going to be very different from the Justin you're going to meet in a year or two because I am constantly inspecting what I expect. I'm looking at my prospecting efforts and where I'm putting my actual efforts and how I'm doing it. I'm looking at my database and how I'm actually curating it. And, are they getting value from my newsletter? We change our newsletter up almost on a monthly basis. We look at where people clicked on the newsletter. We look at how we delivered the information. I'm going to shoot a market update today. I'm going to try and be a little bit more concise. We keep making these micro adjustments for the macro gain. My content calendar, I'm looking at how is TikTok reacting to the way that I'm posting, and how are people engaging with my comments? I'm asking my community, what do you want to learn more of? On this channel, we try and keep it practical and tactical, but at the same time, I want to make sure I'm giving you what you're actually here for. So jump in the comments, let me know which of my videos you enjoy, what you want more of, what you want less of. If there's something that you wanted in this video that you want me to dive super deep into, this channel is by the people, for the people, and I will literally do it for you. I'll go into the comments after the live and I'll make some notes. So like I said, the 5 tips, let's do a quick recap: prospecting, building a structured database, building a solid content calendar, finding amazing referral partners, and then inspecting what you expect. If you do all 5 of these tips, I promise you, you will build a resilient business. You want to connect with me directly, go to justinkonikow.com/resources. Again, I'm going to drop those 2 apps again next week in my roll up. We got a whole bunch more fun coming. We got lives coming every Friday morning at 7 a.m. But for now, I'm going to go do a little bit of Q&A on Clubhouse, and I'll see you guys next week.